Hi, I'm Jupiter, and I wanted to bring you February's astrological forecast.
You're my only power right now. Burning me.
Hopefully, we were all able to release during the Leo full moon last month because this month has a lot of themes of letting go and moving forward. So, that Leo full moon kind of gave us a little jump start to that. Alright, so we're starting off the new month with 5 planets in Aquarius. A lot of Aquarian energy since the Great Conjunction last year, but again, we are not in the age of Aquarius technically. But regardless, we've got the Sun, Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, and Saturn all in Aquarius. We've been saying 2021 was going to be Aquarian's years, so if you have Aquarius placements, good on you. Firstly, we've got Mercury retrograding in Aquarius until the 20th of February. I'm sure you already know the typical Mercury retrograde effects, such as communication breakdown, technological mishap, but it doesn't have to be purely negative. Typically, this is a good time to turn inward and reflect. Mercury is usually all about communication, so as it retrogrades, it's more about slowing that down, taking a look inward, and kind of viewing how we are expressive and how we communicate with other people. Just taking an honest look at all of that. And with that Aquarian energy, I'd say we could find new ways to express, find new ways of communicating better, although obviously this is still a retrograde and this could still, of course, cause issues with communication. So arguments, stuff like that. I'd also say since Mercury retrograde already deals with technological issues, these issues may be even more prevalent or possibly the opposite, innovative, since it's retrograding in Aquarius, which with its ruling planet Uranus already highlights technology breakthrough in general. So my little prediction is that on a personal level, we might be dealing with more technological issues, but on a collective level, because Uranus and Aquarius are all about the collective and the betterment of humanity, we will be having technological breakthroughs. February 1st, we have Venus, the planet of love and finance, leaving the restricted and structured Capricorn and entering the free-spirited, unusual Aquarius, the cannot be contained Aquarius. So we might be seeing more or feeling more emotional independence or just flat out detachment. So if you were already going through a breakup or something, this could be a good push for you in letting go and moving forward, detaching. But it could also be on the opposite end and bring detachment and emotional detachment within relationships and cause issues. And again, of course, with so much Aquarian energy, we're going to see breaking free a lot, or at least the desire to do so. So if you're stuck in a rut within your relationship, or if you're stuck in a relationship, this could be the transit that helps you leave or helps you move forward in your relationship onto better things with one another, breaking free of that rut, getting unstuck. This transit is also really cool because it highlights potential experimental relationships. And so you might be finding unexpected circumstances or unusual types of relationships that are completely new to you. This could also just be a positive push of establishing a firmer sense of independence within the relationships that you're in. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. And this could be a freeing thing and feel good, or it could be manifesting as more of an aversion to authority or whatever, just not being able to agree, not being able to get along. This transit could also include establishing a well-rooted friendship in your intimate relationships, because Aquarius is all about friendship and everything. Of course, it depends on, your individual natal chart and where everything is at right now in your chart, but this is a broad forecast of what's going on. Another thing, we know that Venus is the planet of love and whatnot, but when she's in Aquarius, just like when she's in Capricorn, she's more focused on finance. When she's in Aquarius, she's wanting to repair things, especially with the Mercury retrograde. They always say that exes come back during this time, so for some, this could definitely include repairing relationships or old friendships. The first week of February is definitely difficult because the sun is going to be squaring Mars, which is going to bring a lot of tension, irritability. I really recommend trying to remain grounded and grateful. Meditation would be especially useful at this time. Try to keep a light heart. Don't take life so seriously. Or if you really feel all of that thick tension and you can't escape it, try finding a good outlet for it. Mars is the planet of action, so working out or working hard or maybe channeling this energy into healthy competition could all be really beneficial. With the sun squaring Mars and already having Mercury in retrograde, communication, it could really go badly. There could be a lot of arguments. There could be a lot of things. We will definitely be feeling resistance in general from the people around us. And the theme of this seems to be targeting our goals and dreams. This can obviously cause us to become even more irritable. Just remember, you never have to defend your choices. Though you're going to feel like you do during this time, you don't. You never have to. You don't have to justify it. All right, so February 4th, the last quarter moon in Scorpio. We already know the moon does not like being in Scorpio. Scorpio moons, whether you are a Scorpio moon or whether it's a transit, it's always intense, it's always dark. The regular Scorpio themes of desire and obsession and feeling things with extreme emotional depth and intensity, that's usually what we'd experience during a moon in Scorpio. But the last quarter moon in general is always a good time to take inventory on what you have or what you haven't accomplished in terms of intentions that you set during the last full moon. The last quarter moon would also usually be a time of us letting go of things easily, but the moon doesn't like being in Scorpio as is, and with Saturn about to square Uranus and bring resistance to change, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe this last quarter moon is just a quick chance to let go with ease before all this tension. All right, February 8th, the Aquarius Sun and Mercury retrograding in Aquarius are conjunct. Obviously, this is a focus on communication, but with RX, this could create misunderstandings. There may be a lot of procrastination and a looming sense of demotivation. You won't feel as assured or confident in your passions and ideas, which goes back to the Sun squaring Mars and having people kind of provoke us in that way and oppose our dreams and goals already. So it's going to be hard to not let that get to us. And you might have a few days there where you're just not sure about your passions. I would say don't mentally fight that. Take a few days. You don't have to be all in all the time. It's okay to question yourself, and it's okay to sit back and just not think about it all for a while. And that might be the best thing to do at this time. February 9th, Saturn sextile Chiron. Saturn is typically a tough planet. Any of its transits, I personally hate because as a Cancer, Sun, and a Scorpio moon, I hate change. But a sextile is a harmonizing aspect, and Chiron is the planet of healing. So, with Saturn's sense of responsibility, this could help us buckle down and begin to work on our bottled up emotions or unresolved traumas, and bring a sturdy healing process that can help us improve in the long run. This might be really difficult to endure, but I promise it's all for the best. Maybe we will find more people taking accountability and might find ourselves taking accountability. It's just going to be a time where we really are able to reflect with a sense of maturity. And this exact theme keeps going on February 10th when the moon is conjunct Saturn. You'll still have the heavier responsibility energies of Saturn merging with the emotionality of the moon. So you're still looking inward, but you're rationalizing your emotions, you're understanding them, you're maturing, and the moon conjunct Saturn is reminding us that we cannot run from our emotions. So this is a really, really good time to be journaling or finding an outlet to let things out and just look to the future with a little bit of optimism because this is growth. February 11th is the new moon in Aquarius. This is a little bit of an introspective break because it draws our attention to collective themes and humanitarian values, as Aquarius typically does. So for the new moon, don't forget to set your intentions. And before the new moon, it's a good idea to clear things out, clear out what's not working, make room for the new moon, basically. So in all of this letting go energy, it's coming up perfect timing with the new moon in Aquarius. All right, February 17th is the difficult one, and I'll go a little bit more in depth with this one. Saturn in Aquarius is going to be squaring Uranus in Taurus. All right, this is like a strange kind of thing because Saturn is the structured and restrictive planet, but it's in the free-spirited Aquarius. And Uranus is the free-spirited ruler of Aquarius, but it's in the structured and change-resistant Taurus. So we've got these planets in signs that are pretty opposite of them. I feel like we've already been, on a collective level, we've already been seeing this rebellion taking down structure, like with the stock market and everything going on. This transit does bring economic disruptions, and we've already been seeing that. This is a good time for restructuring, but you can't have that without breaking down the old first. So again, this might be painful, but I'm seeing this as a more effective on the collective level. Saturn wants to keep the old ways, the old tradition, but Uranus wants to go with the flow. And again, like this could manifest as change and the resistance to change, both. Breaking down old ways of being and reforming new ways. Our beliefs will be transforming, and as individuals, this could be another aid in allowing us to break free and change our ways of doing things, truly out with the old and with the new. This is going to get us where we want to be, essentially. And it might be kind of painful if you're not ready, because this will force you out of old habits or behaviors that don't work for you anymore. And that can be difficult, but in the end, again, this is the push that we all need, even as a collective, to go on to the new. I do kind of see this in a hopeful light, even though it's square and it's not a harmonizing aspect. I still think all of this destruction is, of course, going to bring new and better things. And again, like this whole month, it seems like on a lot of different levels, this is about releasing and healing and moving forward, getting on new paths or getting back on our paths with new ideas and values. This is all really good for us in the end. All right, so February 18th, the sun will be leaving Aquarius and entering Pisces. Pisces kind of takes us back to that introspective dreaminess. Spirituality may be highlighted, creativity, and sensitivity. So make sure you're kind to yourself and that you aren't pushing away your sensitivity. Yeah, welcome Pisces season. A lot of tears probably, but it's okay. And again, this whole month is kind of preparing us for this sensitivity of Pisces season. You know, given all these chances to heal and move forward, our wounds might not be as deep. So maybe Pisces season won't be so sad this year. But February 19th, we've got the first quarter moon. You get willpower towards decision making and finalizing decisions. And again, this just brings another balance. Back to the Saturn square Uranus transit, even though they're like opposing energies and it is a square, I feel like all this extreme of the opposites is going to inevitably bring a balance. And the first quarter moon is only going to help with that. February 20th, Mercury finally goes direct again, so this will bring a wave of optimism after the arguments and the tension and the resistance. This will bring optimism. You know the cliche, nobody likes Mercury retrograding, whatever, so this should be good for everybody. And we all definitely could use a wave of optimism after this tougher sort of month. And this is just a little note, but Ceres entering Aries around this time too, the next day, this could bring us excess energy too. So it might even make us overly optimistic, which a lot of people will warn against, but I think we're due for some optimism. I don't think it's gonna hurt. All right, February 25th, we've got Venus entering Pisces. So the planet of love is going into Pisces, which is a sweet, loving, sensitive sign. So finally, Venus will be all about romance and love and expressing love and affection, dreaminess in your relationships. This should be typically a very good thing, and possibly opening up to deeper levels of connection with your partner or with your friends. February 26th, Jupiter trine true node. This is a good thing. A trine is good, and Jupiter is already about expanding and everything and luck and optimism. And the true node is your life's purpose. So the north node is what we came into this life to do and to learn, and the south node is kind of what we already learned in our past lives and what we're already comfortable and familiar with. So I'm thinking during February we'll be kind of letting go and getting out of our comfort zone. And this transit will bring new opportunities and new direction and push us more into our north node, which is who we're meant to be and grow into. It's not just career-based, but this is a really good energy for positive direction and change in career. Jupiter also highlights spirituality and philosophical beliefs as well. So this could help us align or shift our values, and it's going to be directing our focus towards these things as well as humanitarian values. Again, that's been a common theme because of all the Aquarian energy. And lastly, February 27th, the full moon in Virgo. This is a full moon that's bringing a couple of balancing themes to us. Because of the Virgo-Pisces axis, this will cause us to be able to integrate balance between our day-to-day, our routines and whatnot, and our spirituality. We might be finding that we practice more of our spirituality in our normal day-to-day lives, which could be really good. It also brings balance, such as like working and volunteering, or giving and taking, or criticism and acceptance. And none of this will be subtle revelations. This will all be like a big bursting theme. So this could be very shifting for a lot of us in the way that we live our normal lives and the way that we believe in things or connect on a spiritual level. It should be really interesting, but this full moon will most significantly impact mutable signs, so Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Anyway, thank you for listening to my very first forecast of astrology. This was really fun to put together, and I hope that everyone has a great February, and I hope that things just begin to get better in everybody's life. So thank you, and I'll see you next time.